Recently had the pleasure of playing Varia with one of the guys who works for the company. This this was actually my second like attempt at playing the game, and first one didn't get all that far, but luckily got through a whole game this time. Cool game, very cool. Like I thought it was. Can't find the box, the real box. Might have thrown it away. I doubt I threw it away. It's got to be somewhere around here. But anyway, without any further ado, Varia, flipping through the cards. Kept it in this little box just for easier transportation. Alright, the game actually has you to cut a couple cards in half. And then these are like cards that never get shuffled in. They're like tokens or something. Don't recall it being this many, but it's actually this many. But dude said in future releases they won't be doing this, so I mean, you know, I guess these are kind of collectible, maybe. Probably not. Alright, and yep, you've got both players, they have a D6 and a D4. So the D6 is when you buy the game, you'll get the 2-player starter deck. Comes with, of course, 2 decks. And yeah, I played against this one, and then I played as this guy, yeah, the warrior. And so this game goes like, I mean, I'll of course show my video gameplay of it later on today. But yeah, in this game, okay, Magnius, the story of Magnius could have ended like that of so many other youths, as one more sacrifice to the abyssal wolf Finrock. Yet when Magnius walked into its lair, the volcano called Finrock's Maw, the lava itself came to Magnius's aid. He returned to the clan that sent him to die, a molten axe in one hand, Finrock's severed head in the other. Magnius became clan chief, wielding the ceremonial thorium hammer with ease. Yet Magnius doesn't yearn to lead, but to fight. One moment he closes his eyes and hears a strange woman's song in his ears. The next he wakes in a place he does not recognize, covered in the blood of his foes. Cool. Magnius. And this is his like uber spell right here, decapitate. And that's a 10 attack, 5. It costs 10. No. 8 action points. There's a whole thing like in the video. It goes over it. But let's read it though. 10 attack, I'm sure, and 5 defense. I forget how it goes already. But when making focus roll for this action, if you roll the maximum value for one or more of the dice roll, this action gives plus infinite plus 0 to the end of the moment. Bonuses to power and focus are written as plus power / focus. This effect will grant plus infinite power and plus 0 focus. Blades are overrated. So yeah, forgot how that goes on the cool. But Thorium Crusher, I think this is the weapon that always stays active, like a flesh and blood thing. And these half of cards. Yeah, so Thorium Crusher. 4 of those pips right there. Oh yeah. Okay. So on your turn, you have 10 of these points to spend. 10 of these time points, 10 of these action points to spend. This card, Decapitate, takes up 8 of those 10. And then you've always got like 2 equipment on the field anyway. One of them is going to be the Thorium Crusher. And then that's going to take 4 of your 10 to use during a moment. You've got moments, kind of like UFS. Yeah, kind of like the UFS game. Yeah. And then you got the 2 dice, like one of them is a D6 and one of them's a D4. And then you'll be rolling, if you're on attack, one of them is like, I think this is the 6 is the attack, I believe, and the 4 is the defense, I believe, but don't quote me on that. All right, but anyway, when making a focus roll for this action, if you roll the maximum value of 1 or more of the die roll, this action gets +3/+0 till end of moment. Yeah, and then 20 gold points. You get, I think, 40 gold to spend per character, something like that, but this takes up 20 of it. And you know, like, this is one of the starting, like, on the field cards because it has a gold cost. And then this will be in the deck naturally. And this is like the other one. Maybe you only get 30 points, but also the Molten Ravager. These are like if you don't have any other type of attacks or whatever you want to do, then you can play these out or something. But 1-0 costs 2 action points, and then time, I forget what this is about, but enrage your target. Cool. And then yeah, so I think you get only 30 points with which to put like weapons and stuff, equipment, when you start the game out. But anyway, twin strokes, 2 action points, 2/2. When you plan this action, create a token that is a copy of it in the next available moment. Physical attack and dexterity. There's 2 types of different attacks. There's physical and magical. And then there's attacks and blocks too. So a lot of complexities in combat reflexes. 2 action points, 0/5. When you plan this action, create a token that is a copy of it in the next available moment. Physical block, dexterity. And this is a dexterity type character. No, it's a strength and dexterity, something like that. Let me try to find if there is a character card of the hero. I mean, of the warrior. Okay, yeah, precision, dexterity, vampiric, and this guy. Where'd the guy's card go? All right, but anyway, combat reflexes, 0/5 when you, yeah, we read that one. Flurry of Fists, 2 pips, 0/3. When you plan this action, you may create a token that's a copy of it in the next available moment, and you may repeat this any number of times. 3 of those at least. Spellbreaker, and I think this is a 3 copies of game, and 4 action points. Spellbreaker, 3/3 on the dice, and engage your target. If this action is magical, this action gets +3/+3 to the end of the moment. Yeah, a lot of extra text. Sublimate, 3 action points, 4/4. Vanilla. Shield Spear, 2 action points, 2/2. That time symbol. Yeah, like there's something about engage and disengage, like if you're closer to the guy or you're backing up. And then I think this is like if you're engaged is the front one. Not sure. But you may discard a block. If you do, this action gets +2, -2, and gains ranged until the end of the moment. Ranged is like you can hit from disengage, but like melee, of course, you got to be right up on the guy. And then these are for deck building. You can only include like certain pip amounts of cards if you have enough to include in the deck. So you can be like red and blue character, but you got to have enough pips to do so. All right, but Spellbreaker, there's 4 action points, 3/3 on the dice. I think we already read that. Critical Strike, 3 pips, 3/3. When making a focus roll for this action, if you roll the maximum value for 1 or more die rolled, this action gets +3/+0 till end of moment. Combat Reflexes, 0/5. When you plan this action, create a token that's a copy of it in the next moment. Aimed Edge, 3 pips, 0/3. Fast and ranged, and it has a little lightning bolt on it. which means I think it can be swapped out on the timeline. Like you're going to plan your moves, I believe, face down. But stuff with the flash little symbol, you can swap it out so as to throw off the opponent and such. Stuff like that. And there's priority, so one guy will be going first. Then you can flash stuff in and out to make it like screw up their plans. But fast and ranged. Yeah, fast and ranged. Finrock's Leash, 2/2. 2 pips. If you and your target start at this moment engaged with each other, this attack can't miss due to distance. On hit, your target engages you. They can't disengage from you this turn, right? Aria's Tarka, 5 action points, 5 on the D4. Range, can't miss due to distance. And on hit, choose one. You ruin an item your target controls. You apply 1 stack of fatigue on your target. Yeah, so fatigue, I believe. Yeah, so like fatigue, these are like status ailments, like poison or something. And actions you perform have that. You lose. No, at the end of the turn, at the end of the moment, at the end of the, I guess at the end of the turn, you lose 1 health point for each stack of fatigue you have. This effect will trigger at the end of each moment. Oh, at the end of each moment, which is even worse. Only the topmost stack is in effect. Stacks beneath the topmost stack will not have their effects trigger, right? And then we've got some other status effects like bleeding, which is at the end of the moment. You lose 1 health point for each stack of bleeding you have, then lose 1 stack of bleeding. So the bleeding goes away, but the fatigue stays until somebody removes it. I like that. And then enraged, actions you perform have at the beginning of the moment or action or turn, you enrage your target. This effect triggers at the start of the moment. Physical actions you perform get an additional power die. And then at the end of the moment, you lose 1 stack of enraged. Yeah, at the end of each moment. So each moment is every card that's out there, card that you play sequentially. And those things are going to take those action points, and you got 10 to spend every turn of yours. Fatigue. And the last one, hemotoxin. Whenever you're dealt damage by a physical action, you gain 1 stack of bleeding. And you can't lose stacks of bleeding. Only the topmost is in effect. Right. Aria's Tarka. Yeah, we already read that. Critical Strike. Spellbreaker, read that. Backflip. 4 action points, 0/4. At the start of the moment, disengage from target. This effect will trigger from the start of the moment step. That's just explaining what that symbol means or whatever, what the card is saying. And enrage, it's fast. You may plan this action in both the fast action and fast reaction steps. You may plan this action as a combo or a replacement. And attacks and blocks can't be combined. At the end of the moment, you gain 3 stacks of enraged. And only cost 1 action of your 10. Explosive Charge, might have read that. Flurry of Fist, cost 2, 0/3. When you plan this action, you may create a token that's a copy of it. In the next moment, you may repeat this any number of times, so you can do it infinitely. But then the opponent, they could just block all of it easily, dodge all of it easily, so might not want to go infinite with it. But Twin Strokes, I already read that. Brace yourself for 4. It's an 8 attack, 0 defense, I believe. And you may enrage or disengage. Yeah. The Leash, Cranial Crush, Sublimate, Swift Escape, Combat Reflexes, Explosive, Cranial, Deadly Swing, we'll read that one. 4 action costs, 4 action points, 10/5. This action takes 2 moments to plan and will occupy the second of 2 moments. You can't plan this action in this action's leading moment. Okay, you can't plan actions in this action's leading moment. So you gotta do nothing, then this goes off. But it's doing 10 damage, but it defends for 5. Kind of flip through the book too. Like, and it teaches you with the comic. That's all cool and all, but I don't really like that. Yeah, so power, focus. Power sounds like attack, and focus sounds like, oh, like there's the numbers you gotta hit, and you gotta beat the other guy's numbers. That's what was throwing me off. But anyway, the video is coming this afternoon. Check that out. Oyo Games. Like, comment, subscribe. Toodaloo.